Hello, my name is John Tepley, and I'm with John Carter,
Hi.
and he is one of the playwrights for the Ukrainian fundraiser. And we're here talking with him about the poems of Halyna Kruk, who is a Ukrainian poet who is in Ukraine right now. And he chose one to, well, actually it wasn't just you, it was you and Sage Pritchard, right?
That's right. Yeah, a frequent creative collaborator of mine. Mostly we've collaborated on musical projects, but this is the first time we're writing a play together.
I've heard you guys are quite good together.
Yeah.
You know, that there's a lot of great energy and interaction and people laugh.
Yeah, we have a great creative chemistry, and I think that's the, I think in art, when in collaboration, it's really like having a conversation with someone, and like if you have great chemistry in a conversation, it's just gonna feel there's gonna be this electricity, just as like when you're playing music together or writing a play together, there's gonna be like these electric moments if you're in tune with one another.
Yeah, I think so, and if you find somebody in which that's clicking, that's really lucky.
Yeah.
So the poem that you're doing is A Woman Named Hope. Could you tell me a little bit about the poem and what just what your impression is of the poem?
Yeah. So I think the poem is this rumination on life and death as these soldiers that are kind of crossing into the unknown, are how even in moments of like war and uncertainty, that there's like there's signs of hope that you can find if you can really tune into it and see. And we adapted the play to have 4 actors in it. So in our adaptation, there's 2 soldiers and 2 spirits that are playing the roles of hope and victory.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we've gone through a few revisions of the play, and we finally settled on one that we think like really is one that heightens the dramatic tension and also honors like the message of the poem, or at least how we see the message.
So you bring up dramatic tension. So that's an important part when you're writing. That's something that you like to see in your work.
Yeah, well, because I think that in the case of a play, what I think there's my goal is twofold in that, like, I want the audience to be able to connect with a resonant message, that they walk away having learned something, or that they walk away like having just like a light goes off and they're like, oh yeah, like I've been thinking this, in this play like really allowed me to kind of see that in myself, but then also just to entertain. I think it's important to, because I think when both of us were starting to write this play, we were like, well, we have so many ideas, like we have all these ideas, and this is such a powerful poem, and there's like so much like philosophy to dig in through. But like if we just like made it like a rumination on philosophy, that wouldn't really be like entertaining. What we wanted to do was disseminate all the messaging that we want to communicate to the audience, but do it in a way where we're showing rather than telling, so that it's entertaining. And that part of how you do that is that you make it like, we've written a play that is strong thematically, but also has like strong characters that even though many of the people that will be watching it at the Lloyd Center can't necessarily relate to the experience of war, that it is a human story, wherein that it touches on themes that we all can relate to, like life, death, being in tune with your surroundings, having moments of just dramatic shifts in one's ideology and how they see the world, and
Nice.
fear and how fear can be used as a tool for manipulation and all these things. So
Could you think of an example where you were thinking one thing and Sage goes, well, wait a minute, how about this? And just to kind of give an idea of how you collaborated.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
work.
So Sage, actually, the plot and the dynamics of the characters, it was something that Sage made a suggestion that we ended up rewriting the whole thing. And I'm really glad that we did it. So
that's right. For our first meeting, you had it written, right?
well, we pretty much had it written, and then we built on that. It's not like we scrapped the whole thing, but like the example that I have of how it changed is the relationship between the two soldiers changed. In the original version, there were two Ukrainian soldiers that were lifelong friends that were fighting, were drafted to fight for the first time in their lives, and they're like traversing the countryside. But then in the new version, Sage was like, well, it actually would really heighten the dramatic tension more if there was a Ukrainian soldier who had captured a Russian soldier, and that this is their relationship, and that their relationship is already like fraught with tension from the moment that the proverbial curtain goes up. And
that's an interesting call.
Yeah, and like I think it ended up making the play a lot more how the plot unfolds. Like the roles of hope and victory are the same as they were the first time we spoke, but how they interact with the characters and how the plot kind of unfolds, I think is, it's just going to be it's going to be really compelling for the audience.
I can see where what was originally written, it's more contemplative.
Right.
Two friends talking about things.
Right.
Where if it's two enemies, there's a lot of things they aren't going to talk about. Just because. Of their strained relationship.
Right. Right. And I think like in this version, there's a lot more like movement and action, and that there's still a lot of contemplation. How that initial tension like unfolds throughout the play is really gonna I think it's just gonna be very compelling for the audience, and I think with the way that we've written the play now, it grabs you immediately, whereas like the original one was a little bit more of a slow boil. So.
That's awesome. What I find interesting about the idea of hope and victory is it's like every army feels they have God on their side, right? And they all have hope, and the prize is victory, and I think that's interesting how that works. Because hope for one is annihilation for the other.
Right. Yeah. It's and in the case of our interpretations of hope and victory is that hope is So she is who she is as a spirit in play. She's not anybody else's interpretation of it. So Hope sees herself as belonging to everyone, whereas Victory, her character, is a kind of a zero sum. Like she sees the world as winners and losers, whereas like Hope sees oneness, and that they're trying. The part of the initial turning point for for the character of the Ukrainian soldier is that he begins to see how the countryside has been ravaged, and then in this play it's around winter is coming, and he notices that there's stumps all around the countryside, and he wonders out loud what's happening, and Vladislav, the Russian soldier, points out, well, winter is coming, and your people need heat, and it's like you'd rather destroy your environment than concede to us, and then as Dmytro is tuning into this, then Hope appears, because he begins to see things as they are, that this is a kind of a war against the mother, against the planet, and so then Hope appears to him, and then as Hope is speaking with him, then Victory comes to manipulate Vladislav, basically try to eliminate Dmytro from the picture.
This is a great play. And I encourage everybody to come July 28th at the Lloyd Center. And we'll see you there. You meet John Carter and Sage Pritchard.
Yeah.
And it'll be awesome.
Yeah, January 28th, very excited to be there, and hope to see you there.
Bye for now.